Hello YouTube, what's up? It's Annalene here, and I'm getting ready to start recording another episode of the Free to Be podcast. Let's do it. Intentions have already been set, but so you know, I am here to speak light, love, wisdom, and truth as spirit flows to me and through me and from me and all around me. And as we all connect and dive deeper together here in these now moments, I invite you to be truly present, heart wide open, mind, body, and spirit open and ready and willing to receive. We're constantly giving and receiving simultaneously, and it's so beautiful. So thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna have a sip of water here. Looks partially yellow because I put like a bit of an elixir in there. So if you're observant, like I know I kind of am when I watch videos, that's why. Okay, here we go. Hello and welcome back to the Free to Be podcast. I'm your host, Annalene Mellon. And again, I thank you so much for being here. In this episode, there are a few things that I want to dive into. But for one, I want to catch everybody up with what it is that I just experienced over this past weekend and how beautiful life can truly be when you allow spirit to guide you. So, my beautiful sisters in LA were hosting a Becoming Whole workshop, and I had a desire in my heart to go, and I knew that I wanted to go, but I didn't really do much with it. I didn't know what my plans were going to be that week. I knew it was right around Valentine's Day. I didn't know what was going to be going on in my life at that time, and so I just kind of put it on the back burner. And then leading up to the retreat, my girlfriends reached out and personally invited me to go and gave me a giveaway free ticket. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, yes. I would love to go. I would love to be there. I wanted to go. I wanted to be there. And now that this is coming through and I'm literally being gifted this, I want to receive and I want to say yes. And something that I've been working on myself lately is being open to receive fully. Through unconditional love, when there's this giving and this receiving, there are no expectations or obligations. So you don't owe anything. It's just free. So when my beautiful sisters invited me, in my heart, I desired to say yes and wanted to make it happen. And I was like, okay, God, I'm listening. You want me to be there? There's something for me there. I want to be there. So yeah, let's make it happen. Looked up some flights, remembered that I still have free credits with United, was able to book my flight for free. So this ended up being a completely free trip to LA, and I got to stay with my sister, so I didn't have to pay for a place to stay either. It just was so perfect. It was like put on a silver platter, like, please come to LA and enjoy this beautiful weekend with your sisters and be nourished and loved and fulfilled. And I was just like, okay, yes please, happy to. So happy to. Honestly, your prayers work. Keep praying because things will magically happen, okay? Pray and believe and feel and trust and be patient. Things will begin to unfold. And so I get on the airplane and I head to LA. And when I arrive, I get to hug my sisters, my fam. It was so beautiful. I love squeezing them. And then I got to meet this man named Adam who was staying with my good friends Stace and Sky, who hosted the retreat. And so Adam was meant to move to Hawaii I don't know if it was like a week before or a couple days before or what exactly that timeline was, but he was supposed to move to Hawaii and he was not supposed to be at Stacy's house anymore. He was supposed to be gone, but something was going on with his flight and his ticket, and he was like, you know what, I'm just gonna not do this because it doesn't seem easy right now. It doesn't seem flowing. And so I'm gonna trust my intuition and the source inside, and it's telling me to hold off. So I'm gonna hold off. And he held off, and then he ended up buying a ticket for Saturday morning, and that was smooth and easy. I arrived Thursday evening, so I got to spend 2 nights with everybody, and I got to dive deeper with my relationship with Adam, who was so healing for me because he embodied the divine masculine, which is something that I had recent wounding and trauma with from my last relationship. I had a lot of distrust and fear when it came to the masculine. So I got to meet Adam, and he really helped me feel safe in the presence of a man, and heard and valued. And this experience in LA, every time I go to LA and I'm with my sisters, it's like we move through so much shit at once. It's wild. It's like, okay, we'll hold space for one person and they work through their ish, and then it's like, cool, beautiful, cleared. We had some breakthroughs, and it's like the next person, something comes up, and like we're right there ready to move through it. It's so beautiful, so special, and we're all there to support and love one another. And it's so beautiful to witness too. It's so beautiful to witness somebody working through a perceived issue in present timing, and watch the unfolding happen, and watch the puzzle pieces kind of come together to create this really beautiful image and picture, and to co-create. It's so special. And so I'm super grateful for my time there and for all of the beautiful men and women that I got to meet. And I really feel grateful to have met Adam through this experience, because he is moving to Hawaii. He's now in Hawaii, and he's offering a music and medicine retreat in Hawaii. And I've been feeling the call from grandmother for a while to participate in some plant medicine, and for probably the past year and a half. And I've gone out of my way and I've looked at some places. However, I didn't follow through with any of them. I could have made something happen, but I just, like, something in me was like, nah, just wait. It'll happen exactly when it's meant to happen, perfectly. So I just kept trusting that. Kind of forgot about it. And then last time I was in LA, I brought it up and was talking to a few of my sisters about it, and it was like repetition, synchronicity over and over again about ayahuasca. And I was like, okay, yeah, I know this is in the field. This is something that I'm meant to partake in. I'm gonna express my desire to be part of it, but I'm gonna just allow the unfolding of it. And then this most recent time that I was in LA, boom, I met Adam. He's coming back to LA for a ceremony in March, and then he's also doing one in March in Hawaii. And I don't know too much about the terminology and the like lineages of the people who are doing this, but it's a husband and wife who have worked at Saltara Healing Center in Costa Rica, which is where I've been wanting to go do the ceremony at, because I've heard so many amazing things. They literally have been working there for years and were called to go their separate way, and now they're branching out and going their separate ways and doing it themselves, and they're teaming up with Adam, and another man who I forgot his name at this moment, but anyways, they're teaming up and they're doing a ceremony in Hawaii. And so I just thought this was absolutely beautiful and incredible, because a huge part of me has been desiring to go somewhere tropical, and specifically Hawaii. I have heard so many beautiful stories about the lands there, and I know that the energy there is extremely sacred and potent. And you know, I'm not actually totally sure because I haven't been there, but I just know that my soul has been calling me there, and there's something enriching in this giving and receiving exchange in Hawaii. And so my plan was to just come back to LA potentially and participate in the ceremony with Adam if it still felt aligned. But there was like a part of me inside, and so Adam had already left. He flew to Hawaii, and I was at the workshop, and then we came back from the workshop and we're all hanging out, and then I expressed my desire to my sisters. I was like, you know what, you guys, I heard that the retreat is full for the one that's going on in Hawaii, but my soul really wants to go to Hawaii, and it wants to reach out to Adam and express that desire, but I'm kind of scared too. I was scared too, because sometimes reaching out to the masculine can be intimidating, and sometimes expressing your desires can be intimidating. And while I was at the workshop, there was this woman there who facilitated breath work, and I'm a huge fan of breath work, and I've been trained to facilitate breath work, and this sister facilitated for all of us, and I ended up talking with her afterwards, and she was like, oh my goodness, Annalene, you were just emitting so much light. And I literally was like coming over and trying to like take your energy and move it through the entire space, because everybody was going really deep, and you just continued to stay so light, and I was trying to spread that out across the entire room. It was so beautiful to witness, and it was really beautiful to hear her speak on that and to communicate and connect with her. And she knows Adam. Adam is her coach, and she's going to Hawaii to participate in this retreat. And so then talking with her, that just made my interest increase. And I had expressed to her about how I desired to go to Hawaii, and she thought it was full but wasn't totally sure. And then I was like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna reach out to Adam. That next day I reached out to Adam, and maybe 5 minutes later he was like, whoa, Annalene, I was just in the shower thinking about how we have one more spot to fill, and I wasn't really sure who it was that was gonna take it. And then I got out of the shower, my phone was charging, I looked at my phone, I saw your text message, and like, boom. Like, you're in. If you want the spot, it's yours. How magical is that? I wasn't even supposed to meet Adam, but apparently, obviously I was. And because Adam's flight was, you know, and because he decided to stay and there was like stuff going on with his flight, I got to meet him, connect. I had this desire. Because I expressed my desire, I was rewarded, and Spirit made it happen for us. But it like transcends time. It transcends time, because Adam needed to stay first before I even was expressing my desire to Adam a few days later. Like, time doesn't exist when you're communing with Spirit. Everything is just now, in the present moment. Time exists for man, and we can use time and work with time and love time and be grateful for time. But when we come into our heart space, we transcend time when we live from our souls. And so I just wanted to share that, because it feels so beautiful and magical to me. And on top of that, as a young girl, I always had a dream and desire to be a singer. I loved to sing. I wanted to sing, or I wanted to act. I wanted to perform. And I've always had a dream to have like my own song. And of course, Adam offered a spot for me to record a song with him while in Hawaii. right after the ceremony, like not right after the ceremony, a couple days after the ceremony, and turn it into like this beautiful prayer. And of course, my body was so excited and interested and also really fucking scared, because I don't see myself as like an amazing singer by any means, but I do love to sing and I always have. And then when this opportunity presented itself, it was just like wild. And then I came back the next day and I told him, okay, yes, I do want to do this. I just wanted to tune in with my body deeper first, but I do feel like this is an alignment for me. And it's an opportunity from God, from the universe, saying, hey, we heard your dream. We know your dream. Here's an opportunity. It's up to you to say yes if you want to take it or not. And so I said yes, and I expressed to Adam how I've always had a dream that I was speaking to just maybe 2 or 3 months ago about how I've always wanted to feature on somebody's song. Like, I never even really thought for sure like that I would have my own song or my own album, but it was definitely a dream of mine for somebody else to produce a song and for me to just be able to share my vocals, because I think it'd be really fun and cool and empowering. And I expressed that to Adam. And then right afterwards he asked, oh hey, do you want to like feature on one of my songs? Okay, yes, please. And then we're just laughing about how we're making all the dreams come true. It's so beautiful. When you can express your truest heart's desires, you will be rewarded. You will be rewarded because they're coming from a pure heart space, and you are deserving of your desires, and your desires want you too. They desire you too. It's one and the same. As giving and receiving happen simultaneously. So when you give and express your desire, you can be met and received with the fulfillment of that desire. And it's so beautiful to tune into this. And I'm so excited for what wants to come and unfold in the creative songwriting and making process. I was sharing that with Adam too. I was like, I'm not a big singer. Not really sure what kind of genre I even want it to be or anything, but I'm super excited to just be in the recording studio with you and to be creating for the act and purity and art of creating. For the fun in creating itself is already the reward. It's not if the song does anything or people listen to it. The win is already in the act of creating. It's actually already in the act of saying yes and expressing your desires. That's already a win. It's really important for us to go back and simplify things and look at the little things and see them as wins. And celebrate ourselves, because the more that we celebrate and tune into the love frequency and honor our desires, the more we vibrate higher and can attract more of the like. So that feels really good. And I'm so excited to be going to Hawaii in March. It's literally only 2 weeks away now, and this all just happened. And on top of that, I was looking for flights, and it was so difficult to try to find a flight. I was maybe going to go to LA, stay there, and then go to Hawaii. But some part of me was like, no, I really just want to go straight from Denver. That's where I live. I live in Denver, Colorado. And I was like, I just want to find a flight from Denver to I think it's Kauai. The airport is ITO. See, I'm like so new to this. I'm so excited and so open, but like my heart desire is so pure that it's still happening for me. You don't need to know all of the things for it to happen for you. You just need to be open. So anyways, I get to go to Hawaii, and I wanted to go straight from Denver there. I took a break because it was getting a little bit stressful, and then I decided to return to it again later. First thing I looked at such an easy flight to and from Denver to Hawaii. I get to stay in Hawaii a few days longer, and I also still had some United credits, so the flight was even cheaper because it's through United now instead of what I was gonna fly earlier, which was some Hawaiian airline if I had stopped in LA. And so now it's more affordable. I get to stay longer, and I booked it, and because I booked it and I get to stay longer, a few days after booking, that's when Adam offered me the songwriting opportunity. And if I had booked my flights earlier and wasn't staying longer, I wouldn't be able to stay and create the song. But because I trusted my flow, my ease, my bliss, and what I desired and was listening to my internal self, I ended up booking the flight for an extended stay, not even knowing where I would stay or what I would do. Ended up finding out that somebody else on the retreat has the same exact tickets that I do, and because I'm staying, I get to record music. How beautiful is that? Like, just keep following your internal compass and trusting even when things don't seem clear, because it always unfolds and you get to be beautifully surprised and just wowed by the universe. I love this story so much because it makes my heart so happy, and it just recently happened to me and I got to live it and experience it in the making of this, and it hasn't even, like, the main event hasn't even happened yet. This is like just the foreplay, and I'm so excited for the peak and to be able to go to Hawaii. And so I'm sharing that because I want to express it, and I hope that you guys can all be happy for me too, as I know that many of you are, and I'm just so grateful that you're tuning in and listening, and I hope that this inspires you to tune into your heart and your desires, because you deserve whatever it is that you desire. You truly do, and you can trust that you are supported in your desires, and you can trust your internal guidance, and you can trust your intuition, and it keeps getting easier. Keeps getting easier. You get to follow your bliss and your flow, and life gets to be fun. It gets to be fun if you allow it to be, if you believe that it can be, and that is up to you if you open yourself up to it. If you open yourself up, then things can fall in, and they always fall into place so beautifully and magically. And so I feel so grateful and honored and loved. And I hope you all can feel that too. I'm sending you all so much love, so much beautiful blessings. Blessings, 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 all my love. Thank you for tuning in. You're beautiful, you're magical, you're powerful, and you matter. And that reminds me, I am offering a course, a 4-week journey with me. And it is called I Matter. It is a container designed for women. So if you identify as a woman, then this is for you. If you are looking to come tune in deeper with your heart, if you want to be reminded on why you matter, if you want to feel more supported in your purpose or place in this world, or if you feel lost or confused at all, or if you feel disconnected, then this is a beautiful opportunity for you to reconnect and plug in with you and your divine inheritance and nature, as well as receive sisterhood and love and embodiment practices and tools. I don't have too much information about it yet on Instagram, but I do have, the offering has been made. I had a Valentine's Day special. And so if you're really interested in this, I want to make it friendly to everybody. So if you're desiring this, please DM me, reach out to me, and we will make it happen. And I would love to have you in the container and hold space together and co-create. And so my Instagram is at free2be_Annalene, and I hope to see you soon. I would love to connect with you all. I love you. Have a beautiful, magical day. Bye, 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 bye. All right, YouTube. So that was definitely, that podcast was a little bit different than the ones that I normally do. Sometimes I like to teach or speak on what's been alive for me, and like what wisdom or lessons I've learned through that. But this one was really just speaking on what I just experienced, and I'm allowing that to be enough and to be okay and to share myself because I'm excited about it. And through that story, you get to pick up little gem pieces that resonate and align with you and help propel you with your journey. And so I hope that it speaks to you, or that it spoke to you. I hope that you feel my love, and I hope you have a beautiful, magical day wherever you are in this space and time.